What does water have to do with spirituality? Stay tuned. I'm going to share some insights that I've received from my spirit team about the element of water in your spiritual growth and how you can use it to help you connect with your true and most highest self. Welcome to the Soul Alignment Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Angie, and I'm inviting you to explore the depths of self-sabotage, limiting mindsets, and the beliefs that hinder our progress in life. Through intuitive messages I receive from my spirit team, I share profound insights to help you live authentically and break free from these limitations. Join me now as we uncover all the keys to living your best life. Welcome back. My name's Angie, and I'm your Soul Alignment Mentor, bringing you intuitive messages from Spirit to help you align with your most authentic and highest self. So, something that my Spirit team has been pointing out to me for several years and just reminded me again this morning is the importance of our energy field. And the importance of remembering that we can control our own energy. We can maintain it, we can clear it, we can open it, we can expand it, or we can retract it based on the emotions and feelings that we hold within our mind and body. Every experience that you've been through in your life has created energy fields within your energetic body. So we all have energy fields within our body and outside of our body. We each have at least 7 chakras that run up the spine of our body. This connects with the fluid within our body. And then we also have other chakras that are all over our body. So we have a total of 114 that are within the actual physical body and outside the body in our aura field. Now, that's a lot of energy to maintain. And what's really interesting about our energy field and our aura and our soul, our spirit, is how very big that is. And we often forget and we don't really even know about the quality and the massiveness about our own energy and how our energy impacts everything around us and everything around us also impacts us. So, why do I want to talk about the element of water as I'm talking about our energy field? Well, there's a couple of things that my spirit team has explained to me regarding water. I want you to think about how this is something I have learned when I was very young. Our body is made up about 75 to 80% of water. So, in order to survive, our body needs certain things, and water is one of those things that we need to survive. Without it, our body cannot maintain. The water gives our body the fluids that it needs to be healthy, to maintain, to be able to function correctly. When we're dehydrated, when we don't have enough of it in our body starts to shut down or it starts to have reactions in a way that are not always positive for us. But how is that connected to our spiritual essence? I want to talk about this in a way that some of you may understand and some may not. But if you have spent any time in the Christian faith or religion, you know that Jesus often referred to himself as the water of life. There were some verses that he shared that the Christian Bible talks about him calling himself the water of life and following him, and then you will never thirst again. So does that really mean that if you're a Christian and you accept Jesus, you'll never have to drink water again, or you won't have to worry about being thirsty again? Absolutely not. And we all know that. However, it does mean that he was giving us a message that water, the water of life, is what will help bring us peace in our mind, body, and soul. But was he talking about the actual element of water that we drink here on earth, or was he talking about something metaphysical? It could be both. One of the reasons I say both is because our physical body is made up of water. Water has memory. Water can be programmed by thoughts. Just like when you are speaking things out into existence, you begin to manifest them. You can speak things into water and change the molecules and structures of the water. So if you think about how water holds memory and our body is 75 to 80% water, then what happens when you're speaking something over your body, when you're speaking something over your life? You're programming your energy, the body, the water within you to hold a memory. And in that memory, the energy of what that structure is that you've programmed into it is what's going to start to manifest into your existence, into your body, into your energy. The same thing can happen when you're speaking over a plant or anything living, to be honest. If you're speaking negative things over something and you're constantly having angry or low vibration energies around something living, then that's going to lower the vibration of that living thing. And it's going to cause it to not thrive. The way that we thrive is through positive connection and experiences. Now, it's not always easy to have those because we live in a dense energy here on Earth, and Earth is not an easy place to be as a soul. And many of us that are a little bit more connected to our true self understand that we're not really human, that we're here having a human experience. We may have a really hard time being a human because we know this isn't all there is. This isn't our truth. But while we're here, we can make the best of it. We can make the most of it because we actually chose to be here for the purpose of expansion and growth. So why the element of water is so important is because of those things, because water is programmable. Water is something that holds life within it. When we are allowing life to flow through our energy, through positive beliefs, positive words, positive experiences, we are filling ourselves back up with our truth, which is our spirit. The way that the Christian Bible or Jesus maybe had been able to explain this was through talking about the Holy Spirit. So if you want to talk about the Holy Spirit, that is our true self. That's the spirit of who we are. And the spirit of who we are is connected to source energy God. We are a direct replica of the energy of source God, of the creator of all things, of the creator of the universe. And so when you understand that you are a direct replica of the energy that created all things, you understand how powerful and amazing and beautiful you really are. But we come to Earth and we experience all this density and all these painful things and things that don't feel good. And in order to move through these experiences in a better way that allows us to have positive experiences while we're here on Earth, we have to be able to understand our role in working with that element of who we are. So when we're connected with our true self, our spirit, when we are working with our body, when we're allowing ourselves to clear out anything that might be hindering us from understanding who we really are, we begin to open up that living water within ourselves where our soul, our spirit can flow more easily within ourselves. And then that energy that flows within ourselves is connected to those chakras I was talking about, is connected to the 7 chakras that run up your spine, is connected to all the other chakras, all the 114 chakras all over your energetic field. And so the more you're connecting with the living water, the soul essence of who you are, the truth of who you are, you're allowing that frequency of love and peace and joy and kindness to run through your energetic field. The more peaceful, the more flowing, the more open, the more abundant you're going to feel. When you're connecting with a low dense energy, such as pain, anger, shame, guilt, fear, anything that might be causing blocks when in your energy field, these are like dams or rocks that are getting in the flow of your energetic water, and it's causing your body to block out the ability to connect with your true and most highest self. So when you start to clear your energy, when you start to allow yourself to open up your energetic field to connect more and more with your true higher self, you have to start seeing all those little parts of you that might be causing blocks. Open those up, allow the living water to begin to flush those things out of you. And then you can begin to raise in your vibration, open your energy field, and become more and more connected with your higher self, with your spiritual essence, which then allows you to open up even to other dimensional beings, such as spirit teams, spirit guides, ancestors, loved ones, whatever it might be that you want to connect with on the other side. So, how exactly do you do this? Well, first of all, you have to know that in order to clear your energy, you have to know what is in your energy. And to get to know what is in your energy, you have to understand that every experience that you've had created some kind of frequency that was programmed into your body. It's almost like downloading different apps into your body. So if you have a experience that you had in early childhood that caused you fear, it's almost like you downloaded an app into your energetic system based on that, and then that app functions based on the programming that has been created to do. So if I have a fear of abandonment or rejection within the first 7 years of my life, where my root chakra is developing, then I may continue to have that fear the rest of my life until I acknowledge it and see the source of where it came from. And this is where it can get kind of tricky, and why it might be helpful to work with a healer or intuitive that can help you get to the source of these programs or the ideas that were developed throughout your life. But you could have something that you've carried over with you from a past life, but you also hold within your energetic field many, many generations, up to 7 generations in your energy from your bloodline that you chose to come into. And so you could be holding in fear of abandonment and shame from your mother or from your father or from your grandparents and their grandparents. So there's a lot in this energy that we hold. And when we come to earth, all of it starts to come into our, what we could call the living water of who we are. And it starts to cause blocks for us. So when we start to clear out the water, if you can imagine clearing out dirty, muddy, dense water that has a lot of heaviness to it, and you start to let go of that heaviness, you start letting go of the mud and the dirt and the rocks and things that are causing the flow to not move easily, then you start to open up and clear out that energy field, clear out the water, which is the living water that Jesus talked about. And the reason he would talk about come follow me, it was because he was teaching people of who they really were. He was teaching people they didn't have to live in the poverty or pain or the programming of what society was telling them they had to do. He was teaching them that they had this living water within them already, and they didn't have to go and find it outside of themselves. It was something they could do within their own belief system, their own energy, their own mindset. And they didn't have to go somewhere to try to figure out their power. They didn't have to go somewhere to understand who they are. Now, this is why there are healers and teachers and all the people that are on earth that do help, just like Jesus came at that time to teach people who they were. But that is the point of having a healer or a teacher in your life, is to bring you back to self, is to remind you of your true self. And it's not to develop a following or a reliance on that other person or that spirit in which they bring to you. It's about bringing harmony, peace, and love, and then lifting each other up into their frequency so that they can step into their power, and then they can go forward and help other people step into their power. And this is why Jesus was making disciples. He wasn't trying to create followers because he was going to save them. He wasn't creating a crowd of people to follow him around because he was the only way to heaven. He wanted to teach other people this power so they can then teach others the power. And as we move forward on the earth and as we shift into higher consciousness, more people are becoming aware of that internal power that we all have and that we are all spiritual beings living in a human life. And that this body is simply a vessel that we're here to take care of. And so we have to treat it well. We have to speak over it well. We have to work with it. Not only do we have to do that with our body, we have to work with our own energetic field. We have to understand that we are responsible for our energy. And when we understand that, we release the structure of needing to perform or earn or be good enough to have a clear, open energy to connect with our higher self, to connect with our spirit team, because that's simply who we are. When we remember who we are, we release the idea that we have to do something to earn the ability that we already have within us. What is so truly fascinating about spirituality and our pursuit of growth and connection is that we're not trying to learn about things that we're not. We're trying to learn about who we really are. Every pursuit, every truth that you go after is simply trying to learn more and more about yourself. And so this is just one part of it, of you learning about yourself and allowing yourself to reprogram the energetic water that you have within you so that you can become more and more connected with your true, most authentic self. If this is something that you desire to have help with, please feel free to reach out. I do have a few more openings. And I also want to let you know I'm starting a membership where you are welcome to come and join me at least once a month, as well as my workshops that I put on. And I'm only going to charge $25 a month for this membership. So I'm going to encourage you to come over and join that with me, where I will do monthly channelings where you can personally ask my spirit team questions. And I will teach you how to connect with your own intuitive gifts as well and work with your energy field. If that's something you want, I will drop the link below. Just go ahead and join the membership and start watching for my emails where I'm going to share some information about all of the workshops I have coming up. Until we meet again, I wish you all the best day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you. I send you all the universal love. Namaste.